An intense lake-effect snow band pummeled portions of the Buffalo Southtowns Monday night and overnight into Tuesday, dropping more than a foot of snow in spots and forcing the closure of Route 219 from the New York State Thruway to Peters Road for a time. Dangerously low wind chills and continued significant accumulations of lake-effect snow across portions of the region led dozens of school districts to make the decision to close Tuesday. The lake effect will again be on the move Tuesday, creeping northward across the Buffalo Southtowns before eventually slipping southward and weakening. Lake effect snow warnings are posted for Metro Buffalo, Erie County, and the southern tier, and cold weather advisories are posted for the entire western New York region. Lake effect snow targeted the far Buffalo Southtowns late Monday and overnight into Tuesday, leaving as much as 17 inches on the ground across parts of Orchard Park and Hamburg as of late Monday. The snow band briefly moved northward across the Buffalo suburbs late Monday before quickly settling southward with a northern edge across Hamburg, Orchard Park, and East Aurora. But the lake effect snow band will once again shift and creep northward for a time Tuesday, forecasters said.
And it's about -10.
It will be on the move today, National Weather Service meteorologist Philip Pandolfo tells WBEN. We're expecting the northern edge of the band to move a little bit further north than what we were anticipating in previous forecast cycles. We're expecting the northern edge of the band to generally get into the city of Buffalo today, as far north as Cheektowaga, Lancaster area, possibly clipping the far southern portions of the Tonawondas. We are anticipating that, at times, snowfall rates within this band could approach 2 to 3 inches per hour, which is pretty heavy, Pandolfo notes. And that will be the case as it makes its way north out of the Southtowns and toward the city, making into portions of the North Towns today. The snow band will again shift southward across the Southtowns and into the southern tier and weaken later Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday night. Forecasters have significantly bumped up snow totals for the upcoming 24 hours, with another 1 to 2 feet appearing likely where the snows are most persistent, with the peak likely extending from the southern Erie County lakeshore across South Buffalo and the Buffalo Southtowns. Further north, expect a general 6 to 12 inches across much of the rest of Buffalo and the central and eastern suburbs, with progressively lower amounts further northward. As impactful as the lake effect snow are the bone-chilling temperatures being experienced by the entire western New York region, the coldest of which are across the southern tier. We are expecting wind chills in the Buffalo metro area today, Tuesday, to be about between -5 and -10, hovering in that range, Pandolfo cautions. The coldest wind chills across the region are expected overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. Late tonight, we're expecting wind chills to get down to around -15, Pandolfo said. Wind chills will warm up Wednesday and are generally expected to be above zero. With dozens of school districts closing Tuesday, many due to the cold. Tomorrow morning is looking potentially even just a little bit colder than what we are seeing this morning. A powerful winter storm tore across the Gulf Coast on Tuesday, delivering a bizarre blast of Arctic cold that smothered Houston and New Orleans under blankets of potentially record-breaking snow before stalking toward Georgia, the Florida Panhandle, and the Carolinas. At least 2 people died of exposure in Austin and 1 in Atlanta. Sunbelt officials acknowledged their lack of preparation for a snowfall, the likes of which most of them have never seen. Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida urged residents to stay off the roads, saying his state's infrastructure was not designed to handle the snow. Mobile, Alabama, told residents to assume all roads and bridges are impassable until further notice. In Georgia, snow was evaporating before hitting the ground but is now starting to accumulate, especially south of Interstate 85. Because the storm has brought more snow than predicted to the west, forecasters are concerned that some parts of Georgia might also get more snow than expected. In Louisiana, Governor Jeff Landry and other officials are urging people to avoid driving if possible, and if they have to commute, to do so slowly and carefully. There have been about 50 weather-related crashes, a state patrol officer said, including someone who ran into the back of a truck spreading salt. The snow that had been falling since early morning in Lafayette, Louisiana, has finally stopped, with about 10 inches reported in some parts of the city. The Lafayette Parish Public School System will remain closed through Thursday. Governor Josh Stein of North Carolina said residents should avoid traveling Tuesday night and Wednesday. The roads are the most dangerous place to be in a winter storm like this, he said. The National Guard has placed troops in eastern North Carolina in case a need arises for rescues, Stein said, and state transportation workers have been brining the roads to prevent ice from sticking. In Georgia, freezing cold has already set in for the Atlanta area, with at least one person dying of hypothermia, officials said. Heavier snowfall is expected in the southern part of the state. This could deteriorate very quickly, Governor Brian Kemp warned residents. At least 2 people have died in the cold in Austin, city officials said in a news release, adding that emergency workers have responded to more than a dozen cold exposure calls since Monday, including 2 fatal incidents. The county medical examiner will determine the official causes of death, the statement added. Snowfall is expected to begin tapering off in Texas Tuesday morning as the storm shifts east along the coast toward Florida and the Carolinas. A wintry mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain will coat the Florida Panhandle's white sand beaches in cities like Pensacola and Panama City Tuesday evening and overnight. The very cold and rare air dipping into the Gulf Coast causes this coastal storm to behave a little more like a nor'easter, which draws ocean moisture into frigid air to create winter hazards in the Northeast. Though residents of Mid-Atlantic and New England states are used to this kind of weather, people in the South, often a haven for snowbirds looking to escape the cold months in the North, are not. Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida opened a news briefing about the rare winter storm with a joke. "We used to think Blizzard Beach was a theme park in Orlando," he said, referring to a water park at Walt Disney World. "It turns out that we may see some snow on our beaches throughout Northwest Florida and even Tallahassee and beyond," he said. DeSantis warned of dangerous icy conditions across North Florida, where up to 6 inches of snow are expected in some places, a record, and urged residents to stay off the roads. "We're not necessarily used to walking in a winter wonderland here in Florida," he said. "Our infrastructure is designed differently than states that are used to this."
Yeah, that's just a recommendation.